So hey, Josh Cantwell back again with strategicrealestatecoach.com. And people often ask me, after investing in real estate for over 12 years and flipping nearly 700 properties with myself and my business partners and my students, what are the key mistakes that we should avoid in order to make sure that we're constantly making big profits on properties? And so I actually recorded a podcast recently, and you can check out our podcast. It's just called Strategic Real Estate Coach Radio. So look that up in iTunes. And I was talking with my head coach. We came up with the top 10 mistakes that kill real estate profits. And so number one, for sure, that Kyle and I agreed on was poor planning. And what we mean is when you step into a new investment property, let's say you get your offer accepted today. Well, you're gonna have about 2 to 3 weeks until you close on the property, until you actually buy it, whether you buy it with hard money or private money or your own cash or whatever kind of financing you have. You essentially have 3 weeks to do proper planning, meaning make sure you get your dumpsters ordered so the dumpsters are delivered on day one. Make sure that you've been able to review with your contractor multiple times the budget, the schedule, and the scope of work. Because every single day that you own that property, it's costing you money. It's costing you property taxes, utilities, maybe financing costs with your lender. So make sure that several times before closing, you and your contractor are on the exact same page. And on day one, the project is started. Number two, missing the after repaired value. When I've been in properties, for sure, there's times when a house on the street will be listed for $150 and another house on the same street will be listed for $190. Well, what's the difference between the two? The difference, if the two houses are very similar, is the fixtures, the finishes, and the extras. Meaning, does one house have a 3-car garage instead of a 2? Does one house have a larger backyard? Does it have a finished basement? Maybe it has an extra bathroom. Maybe they have granite, or maybe they have other things. Maybe it's a more open floor plan. Those little details make a lot of sense. So the second major mistake is missing the after repaired value. Now, how can you make sure that you hit the after repaired value? Well, make sure you do your own value. Ask your real estate agent who's going to list your property, what did they think the list value is going to be? And number three, you can also get an appraisal done by a licensed appraiser to make sure that you get that value. You can also visit open houses of other houses in the area to make sure that your house is going to have as good or better finishes than the subject comparables that you're comparing to. Number three, the third biggest mistake is under budgeting the repairs and also making sure that you and your contractor are on the same page. Again, you have 3 weeks before you close to make sure that you and your contractor, whether you're doing a light rehab or a full rehab, make sure you understand exactly what's going in there so that there's not last minute changes, that they're not under budgeting the repairs, because every dollar you go over budget is a dollar that's less profit for you. Number four, add-ins or additional costs or changes to the budget. There's times when I've been in a house and after we've already started the work, we thought, well, hey, what if we open up this kitchen? What if we remove this wall? Well, hey, every time there's an add-on, you're adding to your budget and you're reducing your profit. Number five, the number 5 mistake is financing costs. Many investors think, well, if I buy it and rehab it for $200,000 and I sell it for $300,000, I got $100,000 in profit. Well, what about your financing costs? Are you paying points to a lender? Are you paying interest to a private lender? What is your cash on cash return, right? So again, most budgets, a lot of people don't factor in the interest costs. Again, every single day it's costing you money. So make sure you factor in your financing costs. What I typically pay my investors and private lenders is 12% interest or 15% of our profit, whichever is higher. Okay, whichever is higher. So I have to bake that into my budget. Number 6, what are your holding costs? Another thing that kills real estate profits are holding costs, things like property taxes, okay? Utilities, water, sewer, electric, gas, especially when it's cold outside. I'm from Cleveland, Ohio. We have really cold winters. What are the costs for gas gonna be to heat your home? What about insurance? Are you paying for builder's risk insurance? those policies are very expensive. They can cost, $2,000 or more for a builder's risk policy. Make sure you factor that in for your holding costs. Number 7, and this is a big one, is days missed by contractors. When contractors tell you that they're going to come to your house, what a lot of contractors do is they end up building in other projects. So now they have a project with you at your property, but they also have another client that needs work done. And they miss days on your job because they're doing other jobs. That's a big one. So make sure at the beginning when you are working with your contractor, have them commit to swarming on your property, working at your property from start to finish, and not jumping on and off the job site. The number 8 mistake that kills real estate profits is when contractors mark up the cost of materials. If you can go buy it at Menards or Home Depot or Lowe's or your local building supply store at cost and potentially get a 10, 20, 30% discount because you have a commercial account there, make sure that's what you're paying. Don't allow your contractor to also upcharge the materials. The number 9 thing that kills real estate profits is when buyers flake out, okay? These days, mortgage banks and mortgage companies have gotten very good at making sure that buyers are pre-qualified. Not just pre-approved, but pre-qualified. What that means is if you have a buyer who makes an offer on your house, you want them to be pre-qualified, meaning they've submitted their tax returns, bank statements, pay stubs, their personal financial information, their credit report. They've done their 1003, which is their mortgage application. Make sure that when they make an offer on your house, all that stuff has already been done. Pre-approvals, they're not worth the paper they're printed on. Make sure people are pre-qualified for a mortgage so that when they write an offer on your house, all they need to do is take the property and turn in the address of the property that they're buying, and they can close quickly. Finally is number 10. When properties don't sell fast, it can kill real estate profits. And a lot of times this has to do with the realtor that you're hiring and how you're marketing the property, okay? So when you want houses to sell fast, the number 10 mistake is that houses sit on the market. That kills real estate profits when houses sit on the market. So you should be running the property launch formula the way we teach it inside of our 40K Flips training program. It's a step-by-step guide on exactly how to prepare, launch, and sell a house. So what I hate is your average middle American realtor. And what I mean is the people that sell houses fast are typically your really high-powered, very active, realtors that sell most of the houses. It's the 80-20 rule. 20% of the agents do 80% of the sales. Make sure you hire one of those high-powered realtors to sell your house. Or go the opposite end of the spectrum and just pay a flat fee listing agent, a couple $100 to put your property on the market, and you do the marketing and you do the property launch. That middle realtor, they're gonna cost you the same money as the high-powered realtor who's got lots of buyers and lots of clients and lots of connections. So I see no value in hiring a middle-of-the-road real estate agent. Make sure if you're gonna pay the commission and you're gonna commit to that, make sure you hire the right realtor who has a super-duper marketing plan and will run the property launch formula. So those are the 10 mistakes that kill real estate profits when we're doing deals. Certainly, we're guilty of a lot of those over the last 10 years. We've made all those mistakes. And so that's why I put this training together for you so that you don't make those mistakes on your next deal. Now, if you enjoyed this video, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel. Become a subscriber because we release great content, coaching, and training just like this every week. So make sure you click the button on the screen and subscribe. Secondly, go beneath the video and leave us a comment on what mistakes have you made. What mistakes have you made that have killed your real estate profits? All right, and I'll personally answer your questions and your comments right beneath this video on the mistakes that you made and coach you up a little bit on how to avoid those mistakes in the future. Thanks for being here for this video. Again, my name is Josh Cantwell, over 12 years of real estate experience, CEO of strategicrealestatecoach.com. We'll see you in the next video. Thanks for being here.